All over West Michigan. This is 24-Hour News 8 Football Frenzy.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday night. They always are in the fall because stadium lights shine brightly. The sounds of the pads are smacking together. Cheering crowds and the music of marching bands can be heard across West Michigan. Welcome to another Friday Night Football Frenzy. I'm Jack Doles. This is Larry Figursky, Casey Jones. Our crew's on the sidelines of 19 games tonight. We start with our spotlight games. And once again, the Muskegon Big Reds lead the show. 2 weeks ago, they whipped Christian. Last week, they had a running clock against Rockford. Tonight, made the trip to Lowell, and boy, did they get a battle. First quarter, Cannon Dean, the coach's son, takes it in from 20 yards out. It was a 6-0 Lowell lead. Muskegon answers to Sean Thrower. Quick hit to Justin Foster. He's got open field, and you're not going to catch him. 48-yard touchdown. Made it 7-6 Big Reds. Lowell, not phased. They get the ball back. Kyle Sherlow drops back, goes left. He's got Josh Brannigan. That's a touchdown. They led 20-7 at the half. Third quarter, they extend that lead. Sherlow going to go 3 yards. It was 28-14. Lowell over Muskegon, who's been awesome this year. Big Reds desperate for a big play. They get one right here. Lowell fumbles. It's scooped up by William Hunt. Now, somebody thought they heard a whistle blow, but it didn't. Hunt goes the distance for the touchdown. That made it 31-20, but that's your final. Lowell knocks off Muskegon, 31-20.
Spotlight number 2 shining on Allendale tonight, and a pair of unbeatens out of the OK Blue. Host Falcons, 38-22 winners over Wyoming in their conference opener. Last week, entertaining the 3-0 Panthers of Comstock Park, the only team to have yet played within the Blue. What a game this was. Already up 7-0 Comstock Park. Pat Naughton fakes the handoff, rolls right, is going to let it fly deep downfield, and Nate Meineke makes the grab and takes it the distance. 38-yard touchdown. Extra point failed. It was 13-0 Comstock Park. In the third, Allendale now within 7 at 20-13. Hayden Majewski's going to let it fly. This one caught by Nate Couturier at the 30, and he'll go the distance, 63 yards. Again, the PAT falls. Comstock Park up 20-19. Beginning of the fourth, Panthers then go for it on 4th and 1. Naughton hands it off to Jake Bush, who not only gets the 1, but gets 47 more. Touchdown, 27-19 Comstock Park. 2 minutes to go in the game. Allendale at 4th and 4. Majewski hands off to Couturier, and he finds Tannen Bugdevine in the end zone. It was 27-25. They're within 2. They've got to go for the 2-point conversion to tie it. Majewski going back, fakes the handoffs, looking, get out of the way, ref. He can't find anybody. Comstock will get the sack and the victory with that play, 27-25. Great game.
Our third spotlight game, not only are bragging rights on the line in North Muskegon, but so is perfection. North Muskegon hosting the Oak Ridge Eagles. History not on the Norsemen's side. They are winless in their last 19 attempts against Oak Ridge. Scoreless game midway through the first on a beautiful night. Oak Ridge's Jarek Wambaugh on the carry. Wambaugh going to go 17 yards and dive into the end zone. Make it 7-0 Oak Ridge. Early second quarter, 14-0 Eagles. Norseman's Brody Scott going to give the give to Logan Walker. He rolls into the end zone, cut the lead in half. It was 14-7 Oak Ridge. Late first half, 21-7 Eagles. Austin Wright going to dodge Holden Vanderwheels as he finds Mitchell Eddick for the 6-yard TD. It was 29-7 Muskegon Oak Ridge at the break. Second half, they pour it on. Dan Shoup for the Wildcat goes in from 2 yards out, and history repeats itself today. Oak Ridge wins it 43-7.
Let's take it south to Portage for the Smack West showdown between Portage Central and Stevensville Lakeshore. The Mustangs strike first. Jared Davis takes the pitch, busts out to the right side. He finds the end zone, 16-yard score, 7-0 Portage Central. Late first quarter, watch this catch by Sam Effa. Michael Adams, under heavy pressure, throws downfield. Effa reaches behind him and makes the catch, takes it all the way down to the 8-yard line. That would set up a touchdown. What a play right there. Now, Portage Central, Jacob Ballin, wide left. He's going to go 52 yards for the touchdown. Portage Central, big conference win tonight. They beat Stevensville Lakeshore 38-28.
And playing well, opening night in the Wolverine East, unbeaten Trojans who had given up just 7 points all season, entertaining the 2-1 Bulldogs of Otsego, coming off back-to-back shutouts of their own. And guess what? Well, there was no defense tonight, all offense. Max Jurgens to A.J. Atwater, who finds Jordan Owens, 13 yards. Bulldogs cut the lead to 28-14. They were within 9, but back comes Plainwell, Trent Monroe to Jacob Getter, who gets wide on the right side. And look at the block out in front. Graham Hubble Going to lead him into the end zone. Nice cutback by Getter. 75 yards. It was 35-17 Trojans. They weren't done. Moments later, Trent Monroe again, this time to Ryan Bertano, who will get wide on the right side. He breaks a tackle, and he goes the distance as well. 52 yards to pay dirt. Plainwell rolling over Otsego tonight, 44-17.
Belding's off to their best start since 1998 when they took a trip to the Class B state final, and they're so happy they got fans doing backflips, taking on Leslie, and no issues tonight. First string offense in for just one play the entire second half, and you're looking at it. Neil McCulley straight up the middle and down the sidelines, 71 yards, pay dirt. Belding 4-0, they win it 49-14.
Game 7 takes us to the OK Silvers. Surprising North Point Christian took a 3-0 record into its game against Hopkins. Spencer Shaendorf going to hand off to Wyatt Stegman, 2-yard touchdown, 38-12. Then Shaendorf, quarterback sneak. Hopkins rolls over North Point, 52-12.
In East Grand Rapids, 2-1 Pioneers coming off that heartbreaking loss to West Ottawa last week, taking out some frustration on the winless Red Hawks of Union, who came in giving up nearly 40 points a game. David Evans Jr. there is going to take it in to make it a 7-0 game, first of his 2 touchdowns. And then the other side of the ball, the pick. Sam Bovey's going to take this one back all the way, 60-plus yards. Great night for East Grand Rapids. Only bad news, Mikey Roth left with an apparent collarbone injury. We'll have to keep you updated on that when we get more information. 49-0 Pioneers tonight.
Special night out in Ionia, the Purple Game to honor those who have given their lives and find themselves fighting against cancer. The community out in full force this evening, showing their support. Football, Ionia versus DeWitt. Both teams 3-0 in this one, and DeWitt making it tough on the Bulldogs from the get-go. Michael Robertson out of the backfield, great move, and he's going to pick up a better block down the sidelines. He's gone 55 yards to the house. It was 13-0 DeWitt. Ionia going to find their answer. Check this out, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, got to buy some time out of the pocket. Austin Gregory, the junior quarterback, all day long and launches it downfield to a wide open Bailey Mitchell. 48-yard score got Ionia on the board, but that would be it. This one all DeWitt, and they win it tonight, 43-7.
9 games down, 10 still to come. Stick around, we'll have highlights from more crossovers in the OK white, red, black, you name it. We've got highlights from 10 more games right after this break. Welcome back to the Football Frenzy. We'll start the second half with a red-white crossover. Grand Rapids Christian at Hudsonville. Hudsonville fans were fired up because they scored first, but Christian answers. Malik McLaughlin, 9-yard touchdown. It was 7-7. Hudsonville had the ball deep in its own territory. Pass is broken up and picked off by Kyle Koch. Diving catch, fantastic. That sets up this. Tyler Sigler on the quarterback draw. He's got a little room. He gets stripped right there, but it falls right into the arms of Miles Anderson. Touchdown, Christian. They go on to win it 34-7.
The 1-2 Wildcats of Jenison joined in an enviable task of going to Rockford a week after the Rams were shut out 45-0, their worst loss ever under Ralph Munger. Worst overall since 1976. Ethan LaCourte says enough of that, takes this in from 7 yards out. First of his 2 TDs, it was 7-0 Rams. Then late in the second, Rams now up 14-zip. Austin McKellar steps up and then lets it fly to Josh Olson, who goes up and gets a foot down. That made it 21-zip. Ralph and the Rams roll tonight 42-0.
Next stop near the Lake Shore, Mona Shores with a chance to start 4-0. All they had to do was get by Grand Haven first quarter. Mona up 7-0. Grand Haven's Carl Johnson going to go deep to Ryan McGuire, and they're going to connect in a big way. An 83-yard strike ties the game at 7. Still in the first quarter, Mona going to find their answer. Tyree Jackson with a beautiful rainbow ball to Hunter Boersma, who hauls it in. A 30-yard score, 14-7 Mona on top. Second quarter, 21-7 Mona. Tyree Jackson again on the option, this time going to pitch it to Boersma. He punches it in from 5 yards out, and Mona Shores now 4-0. They win it 42-35.
Fresh off their thrilling come-from-behind win over East Grand Rapids, West Ottawa made the bus trip to Kennewa Hills. Kennewa trying to score here, but the pass picked off by Alex Zimmerman in the end zone. Fourth quarter now, West Ottawa up 21-0. And that's Jared McNitt to Zimmerman for the 25-yard score. 28-7 West Ottawa wins. They get Rockford next week.
Another OK red-black crossover in Muskegon. 2-1 Rockets of Puffer, 2-1 Falcons of East Kentwood. Sometimes this happens when you go to 20 games every week. 14-7 Reese Puffer up. Fourth quarter, that's EK on 4th and 8. Kyle Freiberg's pass falls incomplete. Puffer then would ice it on the ground. The defense for the Falcons needed to get the ball back. Julian Monday says that you're not going to get it back as he breaks off this long run. Reese Puffer goes on to win tonight. They double up the Falcons 14-7.
A huge battle in the Central State Conference, a couple of undefeateds, and the conference title, you have to think, has to go through Reed City or Newaygo. Tied at 14 in the third quarter. This is all about clock control for Reed City. A big pickup, Chad Samuels to Josh Saez for a 33-yard gain, and they milked it. Tied at 14 still in the fourth. Reed City's Samuel's going to give it to Andre Jones for the huge gain. He's going to pick up 54 yards on the play and set this play up as he scrambles around, finally brought down, sets this up on the same drive. The game-winning TD. Samuel's giving it to Colin Hatfield, who goes for a 29-yard score. That's the difference, 22-14, Reed City.
Game 16, an OK Gold opener between South Christian and Wayland. Wildcats went winless a year ago, but they've got a 2-game win streak coming into this. But John Wasink, quarterback keeper, untouched. It was 7-0 South Christian. And then Wasink again, going to call his own number, drops back, nothing there. Tucks it and runs in for the 4-yard touchdown, made it 14-0. South Christian wins its third straight, 23-8.
Well, let's keep it in the gold. This time in Middleville. 1-2 Trojans of Thornapple Kellogg facing the 2-1 Cougars of Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Garrett Harris back to pass for the Trojans, but picked off by Jalen Taylor Klein, who slips the tackle and takes it back. 13 yards for the score. That made it 21-6 Cougars. And then in the fourth, Jacob Rizik will seal it shut. This field goal from 23 yards out. Catholic Central doubling up the TK 24-12.
A tune-up game for Cedar Springs and Zeeland West. Pair of 2-1 teams before they start conference play next week. Scoreless game. Zeeland with it, and Casey Brinks gives it to Danny Bowder. Bowder going to go 52 yards in that wing tee. Finally going to be dragged down by the Cedar Springs defender on the very next play. Brinks again going to give it to Bowder again. And if it's working, keep going with it. Made it 8-0 Zeeland West. And like I said, if you got a good thing going, just keep doing it. Brinks to Bowder again. This one, a 43-yard score. Ducks, no problem tonight. They win it 56-6.
Got a great burst. Final stop at Hausman Field. Hastings and Ottawa Hills. This one back in the OK Gold. Rodney Davis, the quarterback for Ottawa. Watch this run. Goes 34 yards for the touchdown. The read option called his own number. That made it 42-12 Bengals. Ottawa Hills beats Hastings. Final score 42-24. When we come back, Tigers highlights. Can Max Scherzer pick up win number 20? Stick around and find out. Welcome back to the Football Frenzy. Time to check in on baseball. Max Scherzer running out of chances to notch win number 20. This was his 5th opportunity tonight. Here he gets Paul Konerko to end the first. Sox scored a run, took a 1-0 lead. Tigers get it right back in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded. There is a base hit by Andy Dirks up the middle. 2-run score. Tigers go on to win it 12-5. So Max Scherzer picks up win number 20. But the Tigers' magic number, just 3 because the Cleveland Indians win in a rain-shortened game, 2-1 over the Houston Astros. NFL news, Reggie Bush returned to practice today, and he split reps with Joique Bell. The Lions optimistic, or at least Bush is, optimistic he'll be able to play against Washington on Sunday, and as we saw, they kind of need him.
Everybody's optimistic.
No kinda about it.
Thanks for joining us on The Frenzy.